The Seattle Seahawks win Super Bowl 48, 43-8 over the Denver Broncos.
Hi everybody, Rob Keys here with another issue in my vlog series. Today we're going to be talking about the big game. Go Seahawks! World champions! According to the Fox NFL commentators, because to them, the NFL and America is the world. Anyways, if you, like everyone in the world, watched the game last night, the Seahawks crushed the Broncos. I actually wanted the Broncos to win. Because I kind of like Peyton Manning. I don't really have a reason. I couldn't care less who won because I don't really follow the NFL. And last night's game was the most boring football game I've ever watched in my entire life. Which leads me to this other point I was going to make. And what I really wanted to talk about today is the big budget ads and movie trailers. So I think this year it was about $4 million to buy a 30-second TV spot. So for all those companies that bought spots in the second half of the game, especially in those final moments of the game, not many people were watching. I know the party I was at, there was like 20 people, and most people, like, as soon as the halftime show ended, were just like looking at their phone, talking to people, doing other things, chatting amongst each other, which is good. That's what parties are all about. But I mean, there's nothing gripping or interesting about what was happening on the field, other than Peyton Manning consistently giving the ball, not just him, his whole team, just handing the ball to the Seahawks, which is the much younger, less experienced Seahawks. So good for the Seahawks for crushing. I kind of wish they won 43-0 because I don't think Broncos even deserve the one complete pass into the enemy end zone. What a game. But the good news is commercials were pretty good as always. There's some awesome Bud Light and Budweiser commercials, and there's some extended versions of them and behind-the-scenes stuff you can find on the Budweiser channel, and they're really kind of heartwarming. They did a really good job, again. But what I want to talk about is the movie trailers. So they had TV spots for like Muppets Most Wanted, which I don't really care about, but they had a 30-second TV spot for Need for Speed that Disney and DreamWorks put out, and it was awesome. It was like 30 seconds of just clipping through the supercars and like the action sequences and stunts in the game, and they did it like in the movie, and they did a really, really good job. It looked awesome. It was the way you should advertise it, because I imagine there's a lot of Fast and Furious fans watching the Super Bowl, and I'm hoping that trailer will get their attention to watch the film. At least from a visual standpoint and an action standpoint, that film looks awesome. I have a lot of concerns about the story, though. That's what's going to make or break that film for me. But man, the bigger ones were The Amazing Spider-Man 2 and Captain America: The Winter Soldier, because they each had like a 30-second TV spot. They each had a preview a couple days before the Super Bowl, and then afterwards they released like a full extended full-length trailer. So the Captain America one's like 2.5 minutes, and it's all about the Winter Soldier character, Bucky Barnes, played by Sebastian Stan.
The ones that do call him the Winter Soldier. He's a ghost. You'll never find him.
And it was awesome. That film looks so good, and like the action looks so gritty and raw. And I heard from my insiders at Marvel that I've always heard for a long time that the Winter Soldier script was one of their strongest in the studio, like ever. But now, with the film coming out in March overseas and then in April in North America, they're already kind of looking at early rough cuts of the film, of the complete film, and everyone's saying it's awesome. It's one of the best films they've done, and a big reason why is that it does not feel or play out like a superhero film. It actually is a political, espionage thriller that we keep hearing from the directors, Anthony and Joe Russo, the brother directors. So that's good, and you got to watch that trailer. It's awesome. And then the Amazing Spider-Man 2 trailer came out, and it was all about Electro, kind of the one of the main villains of the film. And it was cool. They did really good music, but my problem with the Spider-Man trailer so far, like everything I've seen, makes all of the action look so fake, like a video game cutscene. Anytime Spider-Man's swinging or flipping, it looks fake. Fake. It's like the texture on his costume like disappears. At least when you're watching on like a high-res window on a computer. I'm sure like on the big screen, it'll look way more better and realistic because all the little gritty flaws and stuff like that kind of get washed out in the bigger screen. But yeah, I don't understand that. I mean, from that trailer, and I don't want to get derailed on this too much, but the Jamie Foxx character, Electro, he seems to be a villain because Peter Parker or Spider-Man forgot his name.
Wait, huh, Max?
How do you know my name?
Your badge. Oscorp.
Nobody knows my name. I'm a nobody.
Hey, lick that.
You're my eyes and ears out here.
Yes.
Stay out there.
You don't remember me?
Of course I remember you. You're my eyes and ears. What's your name again? Oh, I do. I know it. Don't tell me.
It's Max.
Is it Max?
Yes. How could you forget me? You lied to me.
No, I'm trying to help you. Let me help you.
really? That's why you're a supervillain destroying Manhattan because the dude forgot your first name? Like, who the hell cares? Really? That's what you're going up against? Ugh. I hope they do a good job with Dane DeHaan's character when he plays Green Goblin or whatever, and the Rhino robot thing. I don't know. That movie, I'm not really excited for. Like, I could just take it or leave it, but obviously I'm going to go see it opening night because it's the big deal, and supposedly this one's going to be laying the groundwork for not only 1 or 2 sequels, but like a Sinister Six film and a Venom spinoff. So we'll see how it plays out. But the trailers so far are just kind of like, meh, I'll watch it. But they didn't do a great job in the story in the first one. It was kind of like a rehash of the Sam Raimi Spider-Man, except with the confusing plot lines that don't really play out. So they have a lot to overcome to meet my expectations this time. And obviously the big one was the first unveil of footage from Transformers 4. It's called Age of Extinction. And just as we all kind of saw coming for years, Dinobots were in it. We didn't get to see any of the Dinobots transform or fight or speak, me, Grimlock sort of thing. But we did get to see Optimus Prime riding a T-Rex out of some compound with a sword in his hand. So the idea of that is awesome. Unfortunately, just like the Spider-Man trailer, like the Age of Extinction trailer, looks so fake. There's a scene where there's I don't know what character it was, but it looks like an Autobot with parachutes on his back, like coming down through these skyscrapers in downtown, wherever, Chicago or something. And he's got these 2 guns, and he's going like this, shooting things. But the guns are like human weapons. It looks like they have like a magazine of bullets. You can see the shells coming out the side of the gun, and it has like a silencer at the end of each one. And it just looks so... It looks not Cybertronian. Like a big complaint for a lot of fans was that the Transformer Cybertron designs were like too organic, and I actually dug the design in the first Transformers film. But then with Transformers 2 and 3, and now this one, they're coming further and further towards being like they're coming further and further away from the original designs of the Transformers, and they don't really look like robots anymore. They look like weirdly animated creatures, which I guess is what they're supposed to be because they're aliens, but it's so animated that I can't even tell if it's real anymore. But that's another example of a film series that looks better on big screen than it does watching it, like on a Blu-ray at home or on a computer screen in 1080p or something. But yeah, that trailer did nothing for me as well. I mean, you got to see the dinosaur, but the dinosaur looked really, really too big, and I don't know I don't know how they're going to explain the Dinobots in this film, but I'm interested. I mean, Transformers 3 was awesome in theaters. We love that one on Screen Rant, so we'll see how it goes. Muppets Most Wanted, didn't really care about. There's a RoboCop trailer you can watch as well, and a few other ones, but Captain America, Spider-Man, Transformers were, I guess, sort of like the big 3. So, hey, thanks for watching. Head to ScreenRant.com to watch like the TV spots and the full-length trailers, and we'll have a lot of stuff on Spider-Man, Captain America, and Transformers coming up soon on the website. Cheers, and see you next time. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks.
What?
How do we know the good guys from the bad guys? If they're shooting at you, they're bad.